The Gentle Steam, a Sleep Story, Part 1. Arrival at the Quiet Station. You arrive at the station just as the evening settles into that soft space between daylight and dusk, when the world seems to exhale and everything slows to a gentler rhythm. The platform stretches out before you, long and empty, made of old wooden planks that have been worn smooth by decades of footsteps, each board slightly rounded at the edges, warm beneath your feet even now as the air begins to cool. There is no hurry here. There has never been any hurry here. The station exists in its own time, a place where clocks tick more slowly, where minutes stretch and expand like the warm steam that rises from the locomotive resting on the tracks ahead of you. The locomotive is still, or mostly still, breathing in that particular way that steam engines breathe when they are resting, when they are waiting, when they are simply being. You can hear it from where you stand, that soft, rhythmic sound, like a sleeping creature, like something alive but dreaming. The sound is steady and low, a gentle hiss that rises and falls, each breath taking its time, each exhalation a soft cloud of white steam that drifts upward into the cooling air, dissolving slowly, so slowly, becoming part of the evening itself. You walk toward the locomotive, and your footsteps make almost no sound on the platform. The wood beneath you is solid and reassuring. Each step you take is measured, unhurried, and you find yourself walking in time with the engine's breathing, matching your pace to that slow rhythm, letting it guide you forward. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. This moment stretches out in all directions, soft and infinite, and you are simply here, walking beside the tracks, approaching the great gentle machine that waits for you. The locomotive is painted a deep, muted green. The kind of green that seems to belong to old things, comfortable things, things that have been in the world for a long time and know their place in it. The paint is slightly weathered, soft at the edges, and in the fading light it seems to glow with a warmth of its own. The metal surfaces are smooth and rounded, designed by hands that understood how things should feel, how curves and edges should meet the eye and the touch. Everything about this engine speaks of care, of attention, of a world where things were made to last, to be reliable, to be gentle. Steam continues to rise from various places along the locomotive's body. It comes from valves and joints, from the spaces where different parts meet and work together. Each small cloud of steam emerges slowly, taking its time, expanding as it rises, becoming lighter and thinner until it disappears into the air above. The steam is warm. You can feel its warmth even from here, several feet away, a gentle heat that reaches out toward you, welcoming you, inviting you closer. The air around the locomotive is several degrees warmer than the air around the rest of the platform, creating a soft envelope of comfort, a bubble of warmth in the cooling evening. You notice the wheels of the locomotive, enormous wheels, tall as you are, made of metal that has been polished by use, by movement, by the slow turning of thousands of miles. The wheels rest heavily on the rails, settled there with a weight that seems permanent, as if the locomotive has always been here and will always be here, as if this is where it belongs and where it will stay. The connecting rods that link the wheels are still frozen in mid-motion, caught in whatever position they held when the engine came to rest. They are painted the same deep green, with accents of brass that catch the light, glowing softly in the gathering dusk. The rails themselves stretch away in both directions, two parallel lines of steel that seem to go on forever, disappearing into the distance, where the land rises gently and the tracks curve out of sight. The rails are warm too, warmed by the day's sun, and they seem to hold that warmth, radiating it gently into the evening air. Between the rails, the wooden ties are dark with age and oil, each one precisely placed, each one supporting the rails at exactly the right height, creating that perfect path that the locomotive follows, that endless path that requires no thought, no decision, only the gentle forward momentum of wheels on steel. You step closer to the locomotive, close enough now to reach out and touch it if you wanted to. Close enough to feel the full warmth of the steam that rises from it. Close enough to hear not just the breathing, but the smaller sounds, the tiny creaks and ticks and sighs that metal makes as it cools, as it settles, as it rests. These sounds are not sharp or startling. They are soft and intermittent, like the sounds a house makes at night. Familiar sounds, comforting sounds, the sounds of something solid and safe surrounding you.
Okay, I've got the jack. I'll take it from here. Now, where were we? Yeah, right here. The locomotive's boiler is a long cylinder of metal, painted and smooth, with rivets along its seams that create gentle patterns, lines, and curves that your eye can follow, tracing the shape of the machine, understanding how it fits together, how each part connects to each other part. The boiler is where the water turns to steam, where the heat creates the pressure that moves everything else. But you don't need to think about how it works. You only need to know that it does work, reliably, steadily, the same way it has worked for decades, the same way it will continue to work. Inside that boiler, water is still warm, still holding heat, still ready to become steam again when the time comes, when the journey continues. Above the boiler rises the smokestack, tall and straight, painted black, with a slight flare at its top like a trumpet. A thin trail of smoke drifts from it, barely visible, just a suggestion of smoke, gray against the darkening sky. The smoke rises straight up for a few feet, and then disperses, spreading out, becoming part of the air. There is no wind tonight, or almost no wind, just the slightest movement of air, enough to carry the smoke gently away, but not enough to disturb the stillness, not enough to break the calm. You can smell the locomotive now, standing this close. It smells of warm metal and oil, of coal smoke and steam, of things that have been heated and cooled many times, of machinery that is well maintained and well loved. The smell is not unpleasant. It is comforting, like the smell of an old book or a worn leather chair, the smell of something that has been in the world for a long time, and carries the memory of that time in its very substance. You breathe in slowly, taking in that smell, letting it become familiar, letting it tell you that you are in a safe place, a place where things are as they should be. The engineer's cabin is just ahead of you, a small enclosed space at the front of the locomotive where the controls are, where someone sits and guides the engine along its route. The cabin is dark inside, empty now, the gauges and levers and valves all still, all waiting. Through the small windows, you can see the shapes of things, the outline of the controls, the gleam of brass and steel. The windows themselves are slightly dusty, slightly smudged, softening the view, making everything inside seem distant and dreamlike. You notice how the light is changing now, fading from the sky, the blue becoming deeper, becoming purple and gray. The stars will be out soon, one by one, appearing in the spaces between the last traces of daylight. But for now, everything is suspended in this gentle transition, this slow fading, this gradual shift from day to night. The locomotive seems to glow in this light, its dark green paint almost luminous, its metal surfaces reflecting what little light remains in the sky. The platform behind you is empty. There are no other people here, no one waiting for a train, no one rushing to catch a departure. The station building itself is dark, its windows unlit, its doors closed. Perhaps someone is inside, a station master settling in for the evening, Or perhaps the building is empty too, resting like the locomotive rests, breathing like the locomotive breathes, simply being here in this quiet place where time moves differently. You feel yourself beginning to settle into this rhythm, this pace. Your own breathing has slowed to match the engine's breathing. Your heartbeat has steadied and calmed. The concerns of the day, whatever they were, seem very far away now, unimportant, like things that happened in another life, in another world. Here, in this moment, standing beside this gentle machine, there is only the warmth and the steam, and the soft sounds and the fading light. There is only this. The locomotive releases another breath of steam, a long, slow exhalation that lasts for several seconds. The white vapor rising and spreading, surrounding you briefly with its warmth, before dissipating into the air. You watch it rise and fade, and you understand that this is what you will do now. You will stay here a while longer, beside this engine, in this quiet place, letting the rhythm of steam and metal work its way into your bones, into your breath, into the very core of you.